Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Tier 2, Round 12 here in France. I'm your host this evening, King Luckman, back after some issues with connections and stuff like this. So hopefully now that I'm back onto a LAN cable, it will help have a little bit more of a stable connection. Today is a sprint weekend, so it will be a short qualifying session followed by a sprint race to set the grid for the feature. It's quite a few reserves again in Tier 1 and Tier 2 this evening. Obviously we won't go too much into depth, but people taking seats that can't commit. So well done, massive well done, and thank you to Dan for managing to obviously get a full grid again this evening. Mega stuff from him. So I will try to keep up as best I can for you guys. Obviously with it being a short qualifying session, everyone is just going to be coming out at all different random times, so I will try and keep up as best I can for you. And I am a little bit unwell at the moment. Managed to catch this flu that seems to be going around, so I am full of cold. Probably going to hear me cough quite a few times. Hopefully I'll mute it just before. So I do apologise if I sound even more monotone than I always do. So let's have a little look at who's up first. It looks like it might be Ninja. No, it's not. But I am seeing rain. Oh, this is going to be spicy then. We're seeing rain. Let's try and find out who is that first one on the now lap. I think it's Ashik. No, it's not. It's going to be one of the Alpines. It is Paranoid. It's going to be the first one to set a lap on them soft tyres. But it looks like it is rather wet. So I'm going to let the first laps get out of the way, because then I would imagine that I'm probably going to have a little bit of an update from some of the guys as to the weather, or the predicted weather for this weekend. Let's have a look at the tyres as well for you guys, see if everyone's out on the softs at the moment. Cavalis in the pits at the moment. Let's see if that's a good idea from him. As Paranoid has invalidated the first lap, that could be very costly for him. We have a McLaren right behind, and that is Kieran. Kieran, another driver that's shown real good pace this season. It's definitely something that I've mentioned to him in the admin chat just from when I first joined. Just the improvement has been incredible, both racecraft and pace. Currently fighting out for, I believe, P3 in the championship. I will confirm that a little bit later on in the session. So it's been a good season for Kieran, real good season. So let's see if he can finish these last few races off in style. Looks like a fairly solid lap so far. Yeah, that track is really slippery now. And there we go then. Kieran sets a 1:33.8. See who's next. Kane Lowry is next, and he sets a 135 dead. Mechanical 134.8. Ninja 135.7. Nerf Packer 136.6. Oh, Jobbo looks like he's just started his lap. Toby 1. Yonomi is a 36.2. See if we have anyone else. Super Striker is on the lap as well. So Kev King jumps in there a 135.6 as Super Striker has invalidated that lap. Full Send Dave then is going to be next. Another guy that's shown massive improvements this season. A 136.9. Still has his tendencies, of course. I'll never forget. Austria. Dave, you know exactly what I'm going on about as well. But another guy that's showing real good improvement, both racecraft and pace. Thank God he's off that wheel and on back onto a controller. Ralphie a 137.1. Limex. I know him, I think, as Pappy Geezer, so that is what we're going to be calling him. Pappy a 137.4. El Jobbo coming around the final corner as DRS has finally been disabled. Oh, as El Jobbo has a bit of a moment there. And he goes a 140.1. He's definitely going to need some improvement. There's only a few more people out at the moment. Blindside is invalidated. Cavalis is out on the soft tyre. Hasn't got any ERS on, so do you know what an ERS button is, or so that's cost him because it's put him 142.5. Let's see what tyres everyone's jumping onto now. As Clay is up for the soft compounder tyre. That's interesting. Still waiting to see anybody that is going to opt for the intermediate tyre. Intermediate. Mr. David Wright. Hello, Full Send. Maybe you should try rewind back about a minute. I've just been talking your praises right up, mush. But yeah, it sure has been a while since you bottled it off comms with me. As Gameful and Kev King have selected the Inters. So we'll see if they can make any sort of improvement on their times. Paranoid comes down the final corner then. And this will be his first lap. That's a 147.2. Yeah, that's definitely time for enters. So Clay backed off of there. Obviously remembering that Clay is on wheel, so this is probably one of his first races in the wet. So not wanting to push it too hard to get back in, sensible from him. So we have a few out on track. Gameful is one of them on the Inters. And Toby One You Know Me is another, as well as Warrior. So we'll see what sort of lap times they put in. And they can produce on the Inters. 8 minutes left of the session. Mechanical feels like he is safe. Retires in the pits. So here we go then. First look at what sort of pace the Inter has got. Gameful has done a lap on the softs as well, so we will get a little bit of comparison to his previous best. It doesn't look like he's going to improve at the moment. Always a big snap there. Don't think he's going to be improving on this lap. Let's see what Toby's times are through sector 1, as we've just about missed it. So we'll see what Gameful's second sector split is. Yeah, he's almost 3 seconds over. Let's have another little look at Toby and see if he is improving. He's not. 3.1 seconds underneath. Paranoid has invalidated. So 6 minutes to go. There's still 5 people not to set times yet. It's starting to get a little bit close. If any of the drivers are listening, it'd be great if anyone could just pop in what we're expecting rain-wise for the sprint in the future, or at least of what it's predicting as best as possible. That would be truly appreciated. That's full send. Thinks he's done enough as well. He retires in the pits. So just 4.5 minutes left of the session. Let's see what the bottom 5 can do. Let's see if they can challenge any of them times. As Warrior comes through, dry for sprint and GP. Thank you very much, Warrior. Do appreciate that, buddy. So a bit of a curveball. It's always a bit weird. I always prefer a dry quali and a wet race. Just personally, and that probably explains why I've had 80% DNF rate in the last 5 seasons. Just a backwards type of guy. So here we go then, Super Striker starting his first flying lap on these inters. Stay on board with Super Striker. See a guy that is, oh no we won't, as he is invalidated, that's unfortunate. Guy that has come back into the league. Nice to see him back again. Just a reminder for you guys as well that season 10 sign up is now open. So if some of you guys that are listening, haven't signed up yet, please do so. Obviously, if there's people here listening that aren't part of the league and want to join, let me know and I'll chuck an invite into the comment section. Get some people invited to the server, hopefully make it even better next year than it already has been for the last 9 seasons. As Kieran has retired as well. Quite a few of the guys retiring now, they're not going to get back out to set laps. Don't obviously think like they can improve on that. Tricky conditions, to be fair. As pretty much whole grid has now decided to retire in the pits. There's just 4 guys left to finish the laps. Cavalis has retired. As we have 11 viewers. Good evening to all 11 of you. 12, look at that. What dreams are made of, this is. Show-stopping business. Good evening to all 12 of you. Hopefully there's a few existing faces and a couple of new faces in there. We just wait for the last 2 guys on track to come in. Gives me the opportunity to quickly run downstairs and grab a drink as well. Warrior puts himself P13, 139.8, a mega job from him. He's not powering at all. Don't know what happened there. As Warrior retires, I don't know whether that was actually a retirement or the car taken over. Super Striker is invalidated, so he won't be improving. Clay has also invalidated, he won't be improving. Pint Size has invalidated, so he too won't be improving. So that looks like it is going to be your starting grid for this evening's sprint race. Kieran P1, Mechanical P2, Kane P3, Kev Kingport P4, Ninja 5, Toby 6, Nerf 7, Dave 8, Ralphie 9, Pappy 10, Ashik 11th, Gameful 12th, Warrior 13th, El Jobbo 14, Super Striker 15, Paranoid 16, Clay 17, Pint Size 18, Cavalist 19, and Daryl, the only one not to set a time, P20. We'll just literally quickly wait for the results to come through so I can grab a screenshot of them. So just waiting for Pint Size's car to be rolled in, and then I'll be loving and leaving you for a minute. Should also probably check my blood sugar while I'm at it as well. So just confirmation then, Kieran P1, Mechanical P2, Kane Lowry P3. Obviously massive gaps due to the rain, but we aren't essentially losing anybody because it is a sprint race. I will be back in 2 seconds. Perfect timing. As we have 5 red lights, but I couldn't see it, and away we go. Kieran getting a mega start there. Ninja trying to go down the inside of Kane. Manages to get it done. Kane now fighting with Kev. As Ashik has had a moment. That brings out the first virtual safety car. Mega start from Kieran. So that is the first virtual after just 2 corners, unfortunately. Ashik just losing it. So he will be starting from the back of the grid so far. Let's just wait for the track to go green again. Just the 9 laps for the sprint here. So we're still under virtual safety car. I'd imagine it's going to start going green shortly. There's Gainful's had a moment. Gainful's had a little bit of a spin. And the track is now green. Mechanical staying with Kieran. So ideally these soft runners need to make the moves early doors. Obviously softs only really 5-6 laps before they're dead. I would imagine that there's going to be quite a few people trying to go for the soft to medium soft strategy this evening in the feature. So we'll see if that plays a part with their tyre choices. But Kieran holding out really well out there, almost 8 temps clear of Mechanical. Looks to have the pace here this evening. Ninja just dropped off the back of Mechanical now, and he's going to start coming under pressure from Kane Lowry when DRS isn't activated. He's activated at the end of this lap. Paulsen makes it past enough as Ralphie is going to try and make it past both of them. As Ralphie tries to look round the outside that turns to the inside. Can't quite get it done. So let's keep an eye on Mechanical. As it appears he's gonna have DRS. He didn't get DRS, I don't think. No. Kieran managed to break away out of the DRS. They are both burning their ERS. Ninja now almost 3 seconds behind, coming well under fire from Kane Lowry. Ralphie makes it past Dave and Nerf. Good little move there from Ralphie. Bit of a mixed field, a little bit of a train from the back of Ralphie all the way down to Warrior. Toby looking up the inside of Kane, just a little look though, nothing can be done. Still interested in this battle for P1 though. Both on similar amounts of ERS. As Nerf is dropping down the order, or as Nerf seems to be the bottleneck at the moment. So Kane has made it past Ninja. And Kieran has broken Mechanical's DRS. It's a really solid start to the race from Kieran. Really solid. Not doing anything stupid, not pushing too hard. Just trying to keep it nice and consistent. Toby looks like he's going to have a little go at Ninja as well. There's a big old fight going on behind the back of Nerf. Paranoid now getting involved as well. As Clay picks up 3 seconds for track limits. As Toby Wanyanomi picks up 3 seconds for track limits as well. So that will hinder them in the feature. Obviously points 1 to 1st to 8th in our sprints. 8 points for 1st, 1 point for 8th. Going forward, just having another little moment. Toby again having a look at Ninja. As Paranoid picks up 3 seconds with track limits as well. Let's see if Toby can make this move on Ninja or not. As Ninja has dropped down the order a fair bit, I'm not too sure what happened there. Whether that was just a little mistake, his tyres are going off. Super Striker and Pappy having a right little ding dong battle. As Nerf has now overtaken Super Striker. Ralphie now starting to show a little bit of good pace as well. He has just made the move on Toby. As how you guys would know him as Hawko Slade mentioned, looked like contact between Ninja and Toby. I was probably a little bit too far away for that in terms of looking at what's going on, so appreciate that, mate. So there you go then, looked like there was contact between Ninja and Toby, which caused Ninja to drop down. Hopefully nothing too major, just a racing incident, we'd like to hope. Dave now pushing Toby as well, gonna get DRS. Let's ride on board and see if we can get it done in turn 1. The overspeed from Dave is pretty immense. and he's a full car length ahead once we get to the apex. That's now full send up to 5th. Again though, the big surprise has to be your race leader at the moment. Just doesn't appear to be phased at the minute, keeping mechanical at arm's length, keeping him out of that DRS. That 1 second gap. Now deploying the battery. As we've had a spin. I think it's Clay. Clay's now got going again, which is nice to see. Ninja has found himself in a wall. Doesn't appear like he's got any damage. No, it appears that he has no damage, which is quite good. Won't hinder him too much in terms of lap time without a front wing. Super Striker is lining up a move on Nerf. Doesn't appear like it's going to be into turn 1. El Jobbo was looking, no, doesn't quite get it done. Look at that from Kieran though, mega job from him. Pushed his leads 2 seconds on the penultimate lap. Real good stuff from him, as Ninja is round again. Kim and Kev King have had a coming together. Not too sure what happened there. Super Striker then still on the back of Nerf. As El Jobo makes it past Super Striker. This little battle for P8 is probably the closest battle we've got going on the track at the moment, and it is for the last point paying position in the sprint. El Jobo is trying to look down the inside. Nerf leaves the space. So here we go then, is El Jobo going to get it done on this DRS straight before we then head over to your race leader? And he does, he gets it done. Nerf still sitting with him though. As Nerf is now coming under attack from Super Striker, as Clay has retired. Let's ride on board with your race leader and sprint race winner Kieran, taking P1 there, starting the race in P1, finishing P1, Mechanical P2, Kane Lowry P3, Ralphie, really good drive from him, P4, full send in P5, mega drive from Dave as well. Toby 1 finished P6 on track, but after penalties has dropped down to P7, which means Pappy has jumped up to P6. El Jobo takes P8, Nerf P9, Super Striker P10, Daryl P11, Warrior P12, Cavalice P13, Paranoid P14, Pint Size Geezer, really good result from him, P15 in Tier 2, Gameful P16, closely followed by Ninja in P17, and Kev King rounding out your finishes in P18 with Clay, DNF hitting the quit, and who's it, Ashik was a DNF after the first two corners. So just confirmation then, Kieran P1, Mechanical P2, Kane P3, Ralphie P4, Dave P5, Pappy P6, Toby P7, El Jobbo P8, Nerf P9, Super Striker P10, Daryl P11, Warrior P12, Cavalice P13, Paranoid P14, Pint Size P15, Gameful 16, Ninja 17, Kev 18, with Clay and Ashik not finishing. So we're just waiting for the guys to pick their strategies. So let's have a little look at the tyre choices for everyone. So there's only two opting for the hards, which is Ashik and El Jobbo. Three opting for the softs. Kieran, Limpsk, and Toby Wanyanomi. Everyone else has opted for the mediums. 27 laps of racing here this evening. So we'll just wait for everyone to form back up then. Let's get some telemetry on. Soft to medium is lap 11 to 13, it reckons the pit window is. So we'll see. Here we go then. It would be amazing if I could see the start lights. Here we go then. 5 red lights are out. Oh, no, they're not. They are now out, and away we go. Mega launch here from Colin, managing to stay side by side with Kieran on their soft tyres. Kieran holds the position. Looks like everyone. Oh, as I say that, Cavalis has had a little spin. Oh, this looks like it's carnage. We've got Pint Size without a wing, Ninja without a wing, Cavalis without a wing. Fair few lads without wings, to be fair. I don't know what has happened there, but it has brought out the safety car after just one lap. Not an ideal start. Hopefully that is the last one of the evening. That would be nice. Oh well, this safety car is out. Gives me a good opportunity to run you through what has been going on this season and what it is looking like from the drivers. So currently Bonnie, who isn't here this evening, is on 202 points. Kane Lowry is on 165 points, followed by Gameful on 113 and Kieran on 113, Mechanical 111. So P3 just 2 points in it with 2 drivers on exactly the same points. Could be interesting. And for your constructor stand-ins at the moment, McLaren are running away with it at the minute, 605 points. Alpine P2 518 points. And then it looks like the closest battle currently is for P3 between Red Bull and Aston Martin. Red Bull on 475 and Aston Martin on 473. So it should be an interesting last few races of the season. Obviously just 2 races after this one, Belgium and Spain. So let's hope everyone can catch back up very soonish and we can get racing again. But yeah, that's just basically the rundown of what has been going on over the season. Obviously, last week's winner, Kane Lowry, hoping to cut that deficit to Bonnie as best as he can. Yeah, I think it works out that he needs pretty much every point available to stand a chance of winning that title. With myself finishing P2 and Kieran P3 last week, which was quite a surprise for myself. Some mega consistency though by Kane and Bonnie this season, not really dropping out the top 4 at all for the majority of the season. So it just goes to show you don't need to win absolutely every race to stand a chance of being the title holder at the end, the CDR World Drivers Champion. We had the same thing with, I believe it was Coldrum, a few seasons back. Didn't drop out of the top 6 or 5 all season, didn't have that many race wins, but won the championship just purely on consistency. As we're still just waiting for the safety car to come in. And there we go then, safety car in, this lap message has appeared. So I'd expect Kieran to start backing the pack up, given the space of the safety car. Kieran gets us going early then. And it appears like he has caught Mechanical a little off guard. That's Mechanical now coming under attack from Kane Lowry. Kieran already almost 1.2 ahead. He is 1.5 seconds ahead now. So he's definitely got the jump on Mechanical. Here comes Kane Lowry looking down the inside. As they go side by side into the apex. Kane is plenty of room, looks for the switchback, can't quite get it done. Mechanical closes that door, which has now invited Ralphie to have a little go on Kane. Lipes is also looking to set up a move on Ralphie. As he looks into turn 1, not going to get it done. So pulls back in, sensible driving. So Kane, I would imagine he's going to line the move up for this DRS straight. As Mechanical starts deploying, I think he knows what's about to happen. As Kane can't get quite close enough without the assistance of DRS. So I'd expect that all to change this following lap, when DRS is activated again. Here we go then, DRS is enabled. As mechanical is just reeling Kieran back in again. I'd imagine that them soft tyres are going to start going off any minute now. Here we go then. Is Kane going to get close enough to Kieran? Doesn't feel like he's going to be able to make a move just yet. But Kieran is, mechanical, sorry, is back within DRS of Kieran. As we had a bit of an incident. Who is that? Appears like El Jobbo may have had a bit of an incident which caused a bit of a Constantina effect in this back of the pack battle. Obviously here in CDR, points from 1st to 15th. The Warriors made it past Toby. Dave is just about hanging on to DRS from Ralphie, his teammate this evening. As Kane has made it past Mechanical. Mechanical a bit of an issue or something. He's dropped quite far back off of Kane, so I wonder whether he's had a bit of an incident, maybe a bit of a snap that's just caused him to fall back into the clutches of Lance, Ralphie and Full Send. As Nerve Pack picks up 3 seconds for track limits. Here's the first of this evening. So now let's see what sort of pace Kane has got at the front. Now that he's in a little bit more of cleaner air than what he was behind Mechanical. So he's in Kieran's DRS now. As I'm not really too sure what happened to Mechanical, but he is really fell off the back now. I wouldn't imagine that his tyres are gone. We've had a bit of an incident yet. There's Clay. Unfortunate for Clay. Keep going, buddy. Kieran is now got Kane all over the back of his gearbox, and with a triple the amount of ERS. So I don't think this is a case of if the move is going to get done, I think it's a case of when the move is going to get done. I've got a feeling it could be on this DRS straight here. Not just yet. I reckon he might line it up for that back straight. Gameful's in the pits, is up for front wing. No, change of tyres. Gameful's gone for an early stop. Chucking on the hard compound, so he's going to be looking to go to the end on them. Here we go then. Is Kane going to make the move? He's trying not fast. Decides not to just yet. Just happy to sit there for the time being. He's jumping all over the screen, so I don't know whether Ralphie just managed to get past there. Kane is really pushing Kieran through these corners now. I'd imagine that Kieran is going to be coming into the box in the next couple of laps. Them softs are probably feeling rather second hand right now. We'll see what he does in the next few laps. Kane again, just playing it smart, just happy to sit there and recharge. So let's see if Kane decides to do it now. He looks like he is throwing a bit of ERS in there as well. He is looking to make the move, I'd imagine here. He is, looks down the outside. Gets the move done before the braking zone. Or in the braking zone, shall I say. Apologies. As Mechanical has had a bit of an incident. No, he's pushing right down the order now. He's now falling into the clutches of Kev King. And is only just in the DRS of Toby. So Kieran has fallen off the back of Kane's DRS as Clay picks up 3 seconds for track limits. As Mechanical decides to pit, is at throw wing. Is at throw wing. It's not, it's just for a change of tyres. He's jumping onto the hards. So I would imagine to see Kieran into the box in the next couple of laps. I'd imagine it's probably going to be the end of this lap, if not the next. As I've got some mega pins and needles going on my foot. Oh. Warrior has just been overtaken by Dave, I believe, that looks like. Kev King making the overtake on Toby. Is Kieran going to box this lap then? He's now 2.1 seconds off the back of Kane, with his championship rivals P10 and P18 respectively in Ashik and Mechanical. If he doesn't box this lap, he's going to try and stick it out a few more. Is this going to hinder him though? Lights, decides to pit, jumps into the box, which pushes Ralphie and Dave up to P3 and P4 respectively. Warrior having a little look at the back of Dave. Can't quite get it done there. As we're only just approaching the halfway mark of this race. Seems like this race has been going on forever, to be fair. So like I say, I am going to keep an eye on that pit stop from Kieran, as that will be an interesting stop to see whether he does it now. The yellow flag is out. Something has happened. Ah, Kane's lost it. Kane's had an issue, and that's dropped him all the way from P1 2.3 or 2.4 seconds ahead to now 3 tenths behind False End. Ah, you can see now Kieran pitting. I think he'd be stupid not to. He's just got that lead back. He's got 4 seconds to Ralphie behind him. Pit stop is what? 24 seconds around here. Here we go. Oh, he's going a little bit deep. Pit stop around here is about 24 seconds. So dropping down to about the P11 mark, I'd imagine. Might even come out a little bit before that. There's Kane Lowry boxes as well. I bet he's going to be really disappointed with that. Yeah, that's first four, yeah. Kieran comes out in P10, just in front of El Jobbo. But again, he is going to have a Limps for company very shortly as well, with them 1 lap older tyres, but they are obviously a lot warmer. Paranoid has had a bit of an incident after sector 1. Right, so let's get you guys back onto intervals. Kieran makes it past Ninja then. He got one of the moves done that he needs to. 1 out of the other 9. As Limps is going to make the move up the inside of Ninja. Gets it done. Ninja didn't find it too hard. I think he knew it was coming. As Paranoid has had another incident. Unfortunate for him. And Ralphie is in the box, as well as Kev King. Real solid start to the race here from Ralphie and False End. Hopefully they can pick the right strategies and get themselves right back up there again. As Clay picked up 5 seconds for speeding in the pit lane. It's unfortunate for him, as Clay has retired from the session. It's unfortunate for him. So Limps still staying on the back of Kieran. This looks like it might be. This is the battle for the lead at the moment, or at least the net race lead. as Paranoid is retired from the session. Looks like he's had a bit of an issue somewhere along the line. I can't see where. So that brings out the safety car. A Warrior pits onto the softs. And that puts Kieran back into the lead. Full send in P3 on soft tyres. What is going on? Ashik P4, safety cars definitely help them guys. Super Striker gets 5 seconds for speeding in the pits. Pint Size gets 5 seconds for speeding in the pits. Just wait for the safety car to come in. Hopefully it'll be this lap. As we're just waiting for the safety car to come in, guys. Here we go then, safety car in this lap message has appeared. So we'll see if Kieran can get the jump on Warrior on this restart. I imagine that he needs to back that back up a little bit more. If not, he could get a bit of a throttle cut out. Here we go then. He's back underway. Warrior stayed with him. So it's full send. Obviously no DRS for the first 2 to 3 laps after a safety car. I think it's 2. As Warrior makes it past Kieran. See for Kieran now, he just needs to sit, relax, recharge. Allow them soft tyres to go off and then attack towards the end once them tyres are off. As full send now makes it past Kieran as well. Them soft tyres working really well for these two guys, Warrior and full send. As Warrior appears to really be trying to push it, try and break that DRS. It looks like he's going to do it. Obviously DRS isn't activated until the end of this 19th lap. Kieran's still staying in the DRS though. That's what he needs to do, is just stick with these guys. To allow his tyre compound to start coming back to him. As we've had an incident, looks like no, looks like he's had a bit of an incident. It's unfortunate enough. Disappointment for Kane Lowry though, still sitting in P9 after that little spin, sitting behind his teammate currently. As we see if team orders are going to come into play. Don't think they will. Toby is obviously just reserving for Aston Martin this evening. Kieran has dropped out of DRS, so that could be an issue towards the end of this race. If them tyres don't start going off. This full send picks up 3 seconds, but Davey boy. Dave. Doing so well. So that is 3 seconds for P2 currently. Let's see if he can create a 3-second gap. Try and keep himself on the podium. At the moment he's doing just enough at the moment, so we'll see if that continues. Ralphie just outside of Ashik's DRS. The King is lining up a move on mechanical. Let's see if we can get it done then. I think this is going to be no problem for Kev as he goes around the outside. Gets it done before the braking zone. That is now Kev into P6, considering he was towards the back of the grid as well. Really good recovery drive from him. Nerfpack picks up another 3 seconds for track limits. So Warrior just holding the 4 out front at the minute, 2 second gap. Ashik is now all over the back of Kieran on 3 lap fresher tyres as the virtual safety car is out. Let's have a look what that was for. Don't actually know what that was for, if anything. I can't see any spinning cars or front wings. Not entirely too sure what that was about, but that has brought Dave back into Huntsman. Obviously it will be a bit different. Everyone's delta should be the same, but we know what this game is like. We'll see what sort of restart Dave can get. And he needs a good one. As we're just waiting for, oh, here we go then. El Jobbo, speeding under VSC, drive through penalty. Let's see if that caught anyone else out. I'd imagine it probably did. No, it just appears like it's El Jobbo. It's unfortunate. So Ashik has made it past Kieran. And that penalty for Dave is going to drop him outside of P3. So he needs to start getting a wiggle on. Warrior is just cruising out there with a 3 second gap. It's a mega drive from him as well, by the way. 11 positions, Ashik up 17. Obviously Ashik here and Mechanical all in a bit of a scrap for P3, so that's a mega drive from Ashik. But Kieran will be looking to make the move on Ashik as soon as he can. So we'll see how that one plays out. Oh, I feel like death. So Ashik now lining up full send. Looks to be going around the outside, but gets it done well before the braking zone. Good move from Ashik, good solid drive from him. So Ashik will now be looking to hunt down Warrior in the last 4 laps of this race. 5 laps, 4 laps, 5 laps, whatever it is. So I'd imagine that Ashik is going to try and use Dave as a bit of a blocker and get out of the DRS so that Kieran isn't in it. Whether he can achieve it or not is a different question, so we will see. El Jobbo picks up another 3 seconds. Or was that his first one? So look. No, that is his second one. As Kieran, that's Gus over Kieran, picks up 3 seconds for track limits. Which now means he must make it past Dave and he must create a gap. Which at the moment could be enough if he makes it past Dave and then gets a wiggle on. These two fighting hard. Kieran goes a bit deep. I'm not too sure if there's contact there with Dave or not. But that has brought Ralphie right into the mix. Ralphie could be in for a podium here if he can keep it going. Just got to stay within 3 seconds of both Kieran and Dave, which it appears he's going to be doing. He is at the moment. So Kieran and Dave need to create a bit more of a gap. As that brings out the virtual safety car, are we going to see anyone jumping on to the softs for some brains off moment? We will see. Is any of your leaders going to risk it? I don't think they will personally. Not at the moment. Nobody going to risk it. As Nerve picks up a drive through, speeding under the VSC. No doubt we'll get some excuse in the admin chat later about that. Oh, I didn't have a Delta. Toby picks up 3 seconds for track limits. Kieran picked up a drive through as well. Wow. I did not see that. That could have just destroyed Kieran's race big time. Well, no, that has destroyed Kieran's race. That's going to take him outside of the points. How unfortunate as well. Kieran looking like he's going to be pretty much running away with this thing this evening. Safety car didn't help. The 3 seconds definitely didn't help, and now the drive through as well. Gutting stuff there for Kieran. And that has just offered Ashik and Mechanical to grab some points on Kieran, especially Ashik. Ashik and obviously Kieran tied for P3 and the drivers exactly on points. So Ashik's going to get a big swing. Let's see if Kieran's going to make that pit stop now. Yes, he is. Makes the drive through now. So disappointing for him. Let's see where he comes back out. I'd imagine it is going to be around the P16, P17 mark. Paulsen picks up another 3 seconds, and that's just completely destroyed his race as well. Gotta be keeping it clean, lads, as Kieran then comes out in P14, well behind his two title challengers. Kane Lowry slowly making his way back up the field, but still only P6. And that's going to put a little bit of a dent into his title hopes. Obviously a teammate of mine. We'll be having a bit of a race debrief in the chat later. I'll be telling him how disappointed I am. So Ralphie then appears to be getting his first. I think it might be his first. I might be wrong. I do apologise if it isn't, but I know it certainly is his first in Tier 2. As we start the final lap of the race, Warrior just doing everything he needed to do after that late pit stop under the safety car. Hopped in for the soft tyres and just holding his own out there. Obviously a sheep putting him under all sorts of pressure now in this last lap, but don't think it's going to be enough. He's got to gain 2 seconds in that lap. Something that he hasn't done for the last 8 laps, I believe it is. So Kane could also benefit from the penalties ahead. I think he is going to benefit. So that will put hopefully him into P4. Not so bad after all, but we'll see. Anything can happen as we've seen this race. So we're going to ride on board with your current race leader. And as long as he can hold it together for the last few corners, a guy I'm actually really pleased for, Warrior, hasn't shown much of his pace or potential this season. Comes along, jumps up 11 positions and just decides, I'm going to take the win this evening. Mega job from him, absolutely mega job. Ashik then P2, P3 on track was full send, but he drops down to P7 at the moment. Does stay P7. Ralphie then jumps up to P3, Kane P4, Limps P5, Kev King P6, full send P7, Mechanical P8, Daryl P9, Toby P10, Super Striker P11, Kieran P12. Unfortunate for Kieran there, I thought he had the race win. Pretty much nailed in. Gameful P13, Ninja P14, Ninja P14, Cavaliers P15, Pint Size P16, Nerf Pack P17 I think it was. Nerf was P17, and I'm missing one. Yeah, so a sheep driver of the day on here. It's going to be tight between him and Warrior. Providing obviously they stay out the stewards room, no penalties are given. That will definitely be a tight driver of the day this week, but just confirmation then, amazing job there from Warrior. Ashik P2, Ralphie P3, Kane P4, Limps P5, Kev King P6, Dave P7, Mechanical P8, Daryl P9, Toby P10, Super Striker P11, Kieran P12 in the end, Gameful P13, Ninja P14, Cavaliers P6, P15, Pint Size P16, Nerf Pack P17. El Jobbo rounds out your finishers in P18 with Paranoid and Clay not finishing. So we will get Warrior, Ashik and Ralphie added into the voice chat. Where are you? So we have sent some invites out to them guys. Warrior also taking the fastest lap as well, 1:32.189. As we have one of your podium sitters in at the moment, Ashik. We will just wait for the other two hopefully to join us. Ashik straight out of a race and straight onto EA Sports FC 24. Love it. We will just send another invite to the other two guys and then we will get started. Ralphie won't be joining us. Obviously, with the time difference, he does need to get to sleep, which is more than fair enough, to be fair. So we will just wait for Warrior. I'm hoping he jumps in. Let me just send him a little message. Right, we will give Warrior just a couple more minutes. We will start with your P2 this evening. Ashik, good evening Ashik, how are you?
Evening. Good on yourself?
Not too bad, thank you buddy. How was that race from your perspective?
It felt good. I put a bit of practice in for France as I'm not too comfortable on this track, but the race felt comfortable. Other than the sprint, I got taken out on turn one, so I started last. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was something like 17 positions made,
Yeah.
which obviously is quite a big achievement. Obviously, were you a little bit worried about the championship with Kieran leading the race for so long?
No. I haven't looked at the championship in a while because I know I haven't been consistent. So I know I'm not up there where I want to be, but I am trying to be more consistent while diving.
Uh, yeah, so I do apologise. Gameful's actually P3 and Kieran's P4. You are P6, but you've definitely gained some points on those two guys this evening, so that's obviously a big bonus.
Yeah.
Talk us through, obviously from your perspective, try to keep it as professional as possible, but what sort of happened in the sprint?
I don't think it's anyone's fault per se, but I was just on the inside minding my own business. I braked early, and then I think someone tapped Gainful who spun into me. So it's just a racing incident, to be honest. It's not anyone's fault. Yep.
So, obviously, I wasn't expecting that. I'm sure you probably wasn't expecting to finish so high up. Did you
No,
think you
no,
could catch
definitely.
Warrior in the end, or was you just happy just to sit
What?
in P2?
No, I was pushing. Without that VSC, I don't think I'd have passed him, but it would have got tasty without that VSC, the last one.
Yeah, Warrior just managing to stay quite consistent in them last couple of laps. But yeah, I definitely agree that I think it would have been fairly spicy towards the end had that VSE not come out.
Yeah, because I was running really high wings. I think I was running like 39.20 or something. So in the last sector, I was catching guys like half a second to 0.8. So
And was your setup purely for the dry race, or was it for the wet quali? Obviously, I know if
no,
some guys prefer quali pace over the race pace.
no. I keep set up only for dry races. But I do run relatively high wings. So
Well, from my point of view, and especially from the viewers' point of view this evening, actually, that's a mega job. Managing to go all the way from pretty much the back of the grid, calling the strategy as you did when you did, and managing to walk away with P2.
it was really fun. That the safety car did help as well. Needed a bit of luck, obviously. But yeah, great race. It was really fun.
Well, I think this evening you've had a bit of both, mate. You've had a bit of bad luck in the sprint, followed by a bit of luck in the feature. So,
Yeah, balance is right.
well, Ashik, that is a mega job, buddy. Well done to this evening. Hopefully, I'll be speaking to you in the last two races of this year.
Yep. So, evening.
Thank you, buddy. Have a good evening and a good weekend.
Thank you.
So, that is this evening. This evening's race over and done with, guys. Next week we are at Spa in Belgium, Spa-Francorchamps, at the same time of 8:30. But if you are at loose end this weekend, then please do come and watch Tier 3 round the same place, France, and that is at the slightly earlier time of 8 o'clock. Again, just want to say massive thank you to Dan. As always, very underappreciated what he does during the week, but managing to get 2 full grids out this evening is another mega job with all the reserves that we've had. So a big appreciation for Dan for that one. As always, guys, have a great weekend. This is Luckman over and out.